We have with us Deputy Assistant Chief at IDS, Brigadier Vinod Datta today. Thank you so much for joining us, Brigadier Datta. So, the first question that I would like to ask is, where does India's claim on Pakistan occupied Kashmir stand? And what's the current situation in the territory in regards to the ongoing conflict?
Jai Hind, good afternoon. It's a pleasure, to be talking to you. And as regards Kashmir, you see, it has always been the bone of contention between these two countries. And more so, if you see, if you go back in history, you will realize that Pakistan has always, been, aggressive, vocal about Kashmir. Whether it was 1947, 65, 71, or Kargil operations, because I had fought that war. So they have always been, very, very emotional and aggressive on this issue. When India got partition, you see, this state was given a choice whether to go with India or with Pakistan. And but the ruler of Kashmir, he was not able to decide unless or until when the Pakistanis, the Qawailis, they came and they were knocking at the, the doors of Kashmir. They came right up to Badgaon. And that is a time when the king of Kashmir, Maharaja Hari Singh, he requested the Indian government that the forces should be sent. And that time, the famous Sultan of ours, PoK was sent, and Major Sharma, he was given the Paramveer Chakra. He laid his, he made a supreme sacrifice, and that's why he's called the savior of Kashmir. So whatever illegal occupation Pakistan is having, I mean, it is rightly, it belongs to India. So, like we are calling it Pakistan occupied Kashmir, and Pakistan is calling it as Azad Kashmir. So, but both the governments, they were not very, very, focused on this issue, and they took it to the United Nations, and United Nations has, deputed a group there, because I have been posted to Kashmir Valley thrice in my service, and that United Nations, military observer group of India and Pakistan was established, and they used to visit both the sides. So the matter is bilateral, and till date it has not been decided. So rightfully, yeah, India has its claims on this land.
So, from an army standpoint, what makes the conflict in Pakistan occupied Kashmir so complex and challenging?
You see, India, if you see now the kind of representations and the, the people are on street. If you see, one of the major activists there is Amjad, Ayub Mirza. He's quite vocal on this issue, and I have, also been part of debate with him on so many TV channels. Now, if you see the kind of treatment which people are giving in Pakistan, the total ethnicity of this area has been changed. The demographic footprint is being redefined or re-engineered. There are a lot of Punjabi people from Punjab of Pakistan are coming there. The Ahmadiyas are not being allowed, to construct their mosque or go to the mosque and offer prayers. There are hardly any universities. There is no development. Whatever hydroelectric resources you have, they are being utilized for the mainland of Pakistan. So people are really fed up. I mean, they just want to. There's no employment. There is only 33% employment in Gilgit-Baltistan, and people are running to Gulf countries. So what they want, and they are seeing on the other hand how India is treating our their counterparts in Kashmir. I have studied in Kashmir. My father was posted there. My education has been there in Kashmir. There is a vast improvement now in the valley after 370 has been abrogated. And, people are, firstly, they are prosperous. Secondly, they are free. Thirdly, they have a freedom, to choose whatever profession they want to. So, people are seeing all these things, and that's why they want to. If today you carry out a referendum, they want to be with India. I mean, there were protests, say about a month or back, when people said that if you don't open the borders, we are going to break open the borders and go to India. So India has a rightful this thing, and we are neither, provoking any of these, people from Gilgit-Baltistan. They themselves want to come because they are seeing that India is doing great guns, and that is the economy where their interest will be looked after.
So, in the current geopolitical climate, which is whatever is going on, do you see any realistic scenario for a peaceful resolution to the conflict in PoK?
No, I don't see any peaceful agreement on this, because there have been talks, there have been mediations. Even United States, when 370 was abrogated, the U.S. president had given us this thing that okay, we will be acting as intermediaries, but our prime minister, he politely refused. He says it's a bilateral issue, we will sort it out. So I don't think Pakistan will ever agree. But yes, seeing the situation, the people of Pakistan occupied Kashmir or Gilgit Baltistan, they themselves will decide, and they will break open those shackles and join the Indian Indian dominion. And what I want to tell you is that even if there is a military solution, or if there is a requirement, because the kind of terrorism Pakistan is indulging, like Pakistan is comfortably called as Asia's Somalia, because whatever you do, I mean, nothing is going to work out. So one fine day, India has to take that option, like what we did in Bangladesh. If India would have had any imperial designs or expansionist policy, the 13 days we took to make a separate nation, and we dedicated that nation to the world. So similarly, India can exercise that option also, that people, because the Balkanization of Pakistan is in the offing. It's a matter of time. You see, Sindh is going in a different direction, Balochistan is going in a different direction, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa is on a different tangent. So what people of Pakistan want, that they want, to be associated with somebody who's stable, who's secular, and who can look after the interest of the coming generation. So, and India is the right choice, and India has the capability and the willpower to go in for this option.
So, as you mentioned, India has the power, but has India done enough to reclaim Pakistan occupied Kashmir, according to you?
Not really, but you see, India is one country which is not going to ruffle any feathers. We want everything, peacefully. We want everything to be settled amicably, and that is what India is looking for. Otherwise, for as far as kinetic operations are concerned, or any military option is there, India will not take more than a week or so to liberate this area, and either to annex it with the our country, or give it a independent status. So that capability is there, that muscular nationalism is also there at the center. But India doesn't want to. You see, India has always been a neighborhood first policy we have followed. So India would like a amicable solution which is in the interest of the people of Gilgit Baltistan.
So, we have our Home Minister's statement where he repeatedly implies that Kashmir is an integral part of India. Pakistan occupied Kashmir is an integral part of India. So, does that signify a potential shift in the strategies that India may use to, reclaim PoK?
Yeah, you see, especially this government. Now, the very fact that these views are being aired, I'm sure there must be some substance in that. And if there is a political will, India can definitely deliver these results. And if you see the Kashmir occupation, you have Saksham Valley in 1963. It was ceded by Pakistan to China. Aksai Chin has been taken away by China. If you see Namchok and these areas, China is never going to vacate because the river systems like Indus and all, they originate from there. So if you see the geostrategic importance of all these places, like China is not too very happy when we made a very big airstrip on Daulat Beg Oldie, because we can oversee his operations in Karakoram highway. Siachen Operation Meghdut was started in 1984, and Pakistan has not taken it very kindly, and so is China. So India that way has that kind of potential, and we are not going to relent. If I take you to this in eastern part, where China tried its level best in Doklam issue. 73 days we were face to face with Chinese army, but India didn't relent. Though Doklam is part of Bhutan, because I have been an advisor in with the royal government of Bhutan. So I know what strategic importance it has. So India is keeping a close watch on it, and you see the plans, the operations, everything is in place. It is only if the government decides, because it has to be a political decision, and the Indian army is always ready. I mean, it is one of the finest armies which has always delivered the results in the most befitting and combat manner.
Does India need to do anything more than what is being done right now to reclaim PoK?
No, India is already, telling the world that it is part of integral India. Akhand Bharat ka hissa hai. And we are just now, it is a context setting, and if need be, because if people of Gilgit Baltistan are fed up, so in the name of humanity, in the name of brotherhood, India may intervene and reclaim. So the plans, the process, and the wherewithal is there with India, and one political decision, and the people will be liberated.
So, looking ahead, what strategies would you recommend for India to pursue in managing the PoK conflict effectively?
Well, you see, every third day we are losing a brave heart in Kashmir Valley, and every time, because Pakistan is not going to improve the tactics, which, because terrorism is state sponsored as far as Pakistan is concerned. Now it is also getting a backing from, because Pakistan is a soundboard, or it is a vassal state of China. So China will also indulge in proxy war, because China knows, because China is not going to get involved in a kinetic operation with India. So what they are going to do is that they will instigate, they will use Pakistan as a soundboard. So in order to stop this terrorism, like what has happened in Hamas, what has happened in various other, like America when they came to Afghanistan. So it's high time India should take a stand that if terrorism has to be removed from the map of Kashmir, these areas have to be annexed, or they have to be sanitized. And the Indian government should have no qualms about it, and we should go totally hell on leather, and to claim these areas, so that the people of that area can be more comfortable, they can develop, and even on our side of people, Kashmir, peace can prevail.
And this only, as you mentioned, that India has always considered Pakistan as Kashmir, Pakistan occupied Kashmir as an integral part of India. So is it just like continuously, repeatedly saying that Pakistan occupied Kashmir is an integral part of India as a strategy? Is it enough to imply that Kashmir is ours?
You see, there are two aspects to it. One is the political rhetoric, and second is if you really mean it. So if it is only a political rhetoric, then it will die its natural death, once these big events are over. But if India really wants to, prove to the world that yes, it was part of us, and we have only reclaimed our land, which was being illegally occupied by Kashmir, then they should work concretely on it, rather than making or rather than doing saber-rattling. So that way we have to take a call that yes, what is to be done and in what time frame.